It's Monday morning, and I have good news for some of you who have been looking for even smaller OLED TVs than the 48-inch version that you can buy today. Yes, 42-inch OLED TVs are coming. Hello everyone, Vincent Teo from HDTV Test here. LG Display has issued a press release this morning saying that it plans to start production of 42-inch OLED panels this year. Now, in case there is any confusion, LG Display is a manufacturer who makes and supplies all these consumer WRGB OLED panels to all these OLED brands you see on the market. So let's say an LG OLED, a Panasonic OLED, a Sony OLED, a Philips OLED, they will all be using the consumer WRGB OLED panels that have been manufactured and developed by LG Display. Now, this year, we found out that LG Display has started making an even larger supersized 4K OLED panel in the form of the 83-inch version. But we didn't know until today that the company is also going to start producing 42-inch OLED panels, and this is extremely good news. Of course, we haven't heard any OLED TV manufacturer at CES 2021 announced that they have started making 42-inch OLED TVs, but hopefully this will happen later this year or even early next year, 2022. It seems strange to start talking about 2022 when we're just at the beginning of 2021. But this is extremely exciting news because, again, even though I have praised the 48-inch OLED panel from last year, and especially in the smaller form that has been developed by LG Electronics, I thought that was a superb gaming display. For some of you, it is still too big. A common complaint I normally hear. It is still too big to be used on a desktop comfortably from a normal sitting distance. So with a 42-inch OLED TV, you can better fit it on a desktop and play your PC games. And with OLED, you get the self-emissive attributes of true blacks, wide viewing angles, almost instantaneous pixel response time, vibrant colors, and basically a picture quality that doesn't actually degrade much in game mode because there is no local dimming to contend with. There is no hallowing or blooming artifacts. So it is extremely enticing from that point of view. But obviously, if you are planning to use an OLED panel for PC use, then you may have to worry about the risk of burn-in. But for me, there are some steps that you can use to mitigate or lower the risk of image retention or permanent screen burn. And I think, by coming out with this 42-inch OLED panel, LG Display certainly is offering more choices for not only PC gamers, but also for people who just want a superior display for the bedroom, for the kitchen, because currently there are no OLED TVs below 48 inches in screen size, and even then, the 48-inch OLED TVs are, holding their prices at around £1,500 or even higher. So I'll be interested to see how low the prices will come down for these 42-inch OLED TVs. I would hope that, it will be hovering around the 1,000 mark or even below. But another interesting tidbit that I have actually seen in LG Display's press release this morning is that the company also plans to develop even smaller panels, and they are saying sizes of 20 inches, 30 inches. And in the press release, there was no specific mention that these refer to OLED panels. But, in the context of the entire press release, I find it very difficult to believe that they would suddenly be talking about 20 inches or 30 inches LED LCDs because, those are already quite commonplace. And even in the press release, the company themselves criticized mini LED technology, which is a superior form of LED LCD technology. So from that point of view, I would think that the 20 to 30 inches development would be referring to OLED, but let's see what the company comes up with. One other interesting thing that I noticed in the press release is that the company is actually bigging up its new 77-inch OLED panel, which is brighter. And apparently it is actually achieving this increase in brightness through newly developed OLED material and the addition of a new layer on the panel. So from that point of view, it appears that there are other ways beside the heatsink method that Panasonic and this year Sony is using to achieve higher peak brightness. So from the OLED supplier front, which is from LG Display, it is clear that their R&D department has been experimenting and has been using newer OLED materials to achieve even higher efficiency and therefore higher luminance. And I would be interested to find out which particular OLED TV models will be using the newly developed, more efficient OLED material with an addition of a new emitting layer device from LG Display this year. If you'd like to learn more about next-gen display technologies, I've created a playlist here if you'd like to click on it, and I will see you in the next video.